Inside the Huddle, the podcast that brings you the heart and soul of Rolla Bulldog high school sports.
All right, everybody, if you guys pay attention, please. We're here to celebrate Easton Smith and him signing with Truman State. Easton's been a 3-year letterman for us. He actually started the game as a quarterback. He's going to play defensive line. He did a great job on it this year till his elbow blew up, and then we put it back together. But he's had a great career here. He's done everything we've asked, and I know he's going to be extremely successful at Truman with his talent and his work ethic. So if everybody give him a round of applause.
Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the Huddle, brought to you by Romo Athletics and powered by our title sponsor, Phelps County Bank. We know Phelps County Bank, they are 100% employee owned. They are 100% community champions. They are bankers by day. You know what they are by night?
What are they?
Bulldog fans. How about that stuff, huh? Man, again, go to mypcb.com to give a big shout out to Phelps County Bank. Here we are. This is season 3. This is episode 58. This is the Home Sweet Mo Properties Spotlight Edition, and we got a senior signing. And that senior is Easton Smith.
Yep.
How you doing, Easton?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, man. So you just signed to play football at Truman State University.
Yep.
And so before we get into all the details behind that, we got to clear up a couple things because we've had the Inside the Huddle for 3 years now. You've been on there. The team's been on there. We've been talking to the coaches, and we got to clear up because I think people get confused. So they're not sure who Easton Smith is and who Murph is. So let's cut to the chase so everyone understands that you also have the name Murph.
Yeah.
Now it's a nickname. It's not your birth
Right.
name. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not like Easton Murph Smith or
Yeah.
Murph Easton Smith.
Yeah, just a nickname.
Okay, so do you want to tell how that nickname came about?
So about 5th grade, there was a kid in my class that started calling me Smurf. And so I don't know why, I just did. And so about 6th grade, Ethan and Cooper and Paxton decided it was going to be Murph, and it stuck more than anything I've ever seen. So,
It was super glued to you,
yeah.
almost like that mustache. I know I was going to go there.
Yeah.
But it was funny because now Coach Miller always calls you Murph. I don't know if the football coaches
Yeah,
call you
sometimes,
Murph or
yeah.
not, but I with Coach Heflin, it's almost always kind of Easton and
Yeah.
stuff. But I know with Coach Miller, it is always Murph. And of course, around the household, it's Murph as well. So yeah, thanks for indulging us on that. That'll help clarify
Yeah.
for everybody. It was a lot of fun. So man, talk about your career here. So the thing I always love pointing out, and people can't tell because you got your sweatshirt on instead of your form-fitting basketball jersey that everybody plays. Said, oh, by the way, that's our quarterback. Because how much do you weigh right now?
About 240. I've lost a little bit, yeah.
About 240.
Yeah.
So, and so you're going to football, Truman State, to play defensive line. So looking like a DN position.
Right.
And you kind of decided that a while back. I mean, and you've been a quarterback, kind of come up through the ranks. Sometimes you get to play on the defense, but a lot of times, we don't play our quarterbacks on defense because of the risk. And so you've been an all-district, all-region football player. You've been an all-district 4-year starter for basketball, which is one of the things that people, I think always get surprised to think about.
Yeah.
And again, then when they see you on the court and they're like, "Oh, holy cow, that kid's big, plays football." I said, "Yeah, he's our quarterback." And then their eyes get really big. But that was a conscious effort you made. So talk about your time here. And Coach Heflin talked about you started as a freshman. You got a game in there as a freshman to start varsity, which is kind of crazy. And then you started basically as a sophomore, junior, senior, barring some injuries. And then this last year you got to play a little more on the defensive side.
Yeah. So I mean, my freshman year, that game was the scariest I've ever been in my life. So that was like, I kind of got like my feet a little wet there. And then sophomore year, got to start at quarterback and play. I didn't play much defense then. I didn't really we didn't really have anybody else to play quarterback. So I kind of had to do it. And I was like 15 years old. So that was not very easy either. And then junior year, I kind of finally stepped into my own a little bit. We had a pretty solid year. I played a little less. I think I played more defense, definitely more defense my junior year than I did sophomore year. And then this year I was playing both ways, full time pretty much till I got hurt. But and then I got to just play defense, so
Yeah.
that was pretty nice. So
Well, and that was one of the things. So the thing that always surprised us. So you weighed about 170 pounds as a freshman,
mhm.
and you're 6'3",
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and then you put on a little bit going into your sophomore year. You got about 190.
Yeah, I was like 195, 200.
200,
Yeah.
and that was one of your goals you'd set. As soon as football was over, you or basketball was over, you started working out to be more physical, not just on the football side, but also you knew it'd help on basketball
Mhm.
as well. And then also you're like going, "Hey, I got this. I got some size coming on. I have all this going." And then you said, "Okay, I want to play D line."
Yeah.
Now, what was amazing is you went from again to 240 last year. Your speed in those bursts, I can't remember what those little 10-yard bursts are.
Yeah.
Are they that they grade linemen on?
Yeah. 10 well, I don't flying tens.
Flying 10.
Yeah.
It didn't change at all
Mm-mm.
from back when you were, and people would be surprised to know that you were like one of the fastest kids on the team on that
Yeah.
line speed too.
Yeah.
And then so the burst speed. Now the long distance
Yeah, that's
running,
not
yeah,
as near
that's
as
not
what it
that
was.
thing.
Yeah,
Kind of
no.
like the 94 feet of a court.
Yeah, no doubt.
We joke about that over the summer. You're like, "Coach, man, take me out, man.
I don't got it.
We just got in the game, man. It was a tip. That was the opening tip." But again, the burst you had, and we saw that evident in football this year as that D line,
Mhm.
and the way you were able to get in the backfield, to get quarterback sacks, to break up, did tackles for losses, and then obviously with your power and your strength, you could bull rush. But if you're coming in, they're going to leave you unchecked, think, "Oh, we're going to leave the big guy unchecked, and we're going to roll out," and you're chasing somebody down.
Yeah.
That had to be pretty exciting.
Mhm. No doubt.
So also you're an NHS guy too, right?
Yeah.
So you got pretty decent grades. The Truman State's a big academic
Yeah,
school.
they're a smart school.
Well, and that's one of the things, I don't know if you remember this at all, but back in the day, I think how you got so smart was drinking smart water.
Why do you have that picture?
Yeah.
I didn't know you took that. It's
You don't
funny.
remember that?
I do kind of remember you
Yeah.
talked about my smart
You
water.
hold up that smart water
Yeah.
bottle, and I said, "Are you sure?" And you didn't really know back then because
Yeah.
I had my humor, and now you're more in tune to it. But back then, you're just like, "Yeah, smart water."
That's funny.
So I don't know. And the
Maybe that is why. Oh, there you go.
I got that in there for you as well. So I just thought I'd have a little fun with that. So okay. So why'd you choose Truman State?
Well, I went on a ton of visits this past summer and last spring. It was like I went on a ton, and then I went to Truman. I kind of felt like I like this, and then process went on, and it got to the end, and I was like, I still like this, and it was like the best fit, and it's not super far, but 250, so it's not like far enough where I can't come back, and they're gonna hopefully I get a good opportunity there, and honestly worked out perfect. I mean, the only
And so they're and on their D line. I mean, and that's part of what you look for too. Is like who's already there, what
right,
openings do they have? Are
yeah,
they recruiting? And you kind of feel like that DN spot is a
yeah,
good fit for you.
yeah,
Now, did you talk to Coach Satula about his time up
yeah.
at Truman State?
He whenever back when this started, he always talked to me about I should go to Truman, give him a look, and then I got the chance and I did, and it went from there. So
Well, and plus they're the Bulldogs.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
the wrong color,
yeah,
but they are the Bulldogs.
yeah, true.
So that kind of helps out a little bit as well. What other schools did you consider?
ST was a big one. Those were pretty much my top two, honestly. And then I had a lot of like MIAA offers, but I wasn't really ever too serious about them because they're all real far, and I don't really know how much like I don't. They have a lot of roster spots, and so I don't really know. And then I don't. I think really my top two are just Truman and S&T, and I think it just boiled down to that. And yeah,
Yeah, that's again both high power schools. Football programs. They've both had their moments of having a lot of success. Truman probably more recently than S&T,
yeah,
but again, both high academic
very
programs.
high academic.
Yeah. So do you have an idea of the degree you want to pursue?
So I'm hoping to just major in education, get like I think you can get your master's in 5 years there. And that would be great if I could do that. And then go into some sort of teaching and coaching eventually. So
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
yeah,
I'd like that.
yeah,
You can shape people's lives by taking pictures of them holding a smart water bottle.
yeah, true.
That's right. So, okay, got a question. So we talked about the football, basketball, but we also talked about the playing offense, defense. So did you get more excited throwing for a touchdown pass busting it up the middle, running somebody over for a touchdown, or coming up with a big strip sack. Because strip sacks, even without a touchdown, I mean, you could take a touchdown, but strip sacks in itself is pretty cool to do. Which one do you get the most excited about?
Hmm. Probably strip sack. It's got to be, just because like throwing a touchdown, you're throwing it to like somebody else. Running a touchdown, like you're the one doing it, but like your O line's blocking for you. A strip sack, it's all like you did it,
It's you.
and so like I feel like that's pretty like cool to do.
Yeah, and that's a lot more rare, the
Yeah,
strip sack, than it
100%.
is
Yeah.
the touchdowns that are coming in on the offense side. Okay, cool. So now let's go through a few more questions. So your favorite football memory here at Rolla?
Hmm. There's a ton of good memories with Drew. So all the memories with Drew, but I'd probably
Drew's
say,
not here. You know why he's not here?
where is Drew? I actually don't know.
Well, it's because your dad.
Well, probably.
I'm just
He's,
kidding. He's on vacation.
I thought he was on
He's on
vacation.
vacation in Florida.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't here because of him. But no, probably, I don't know. The district win this year against Washington was pretty awesome. And the fact that I got to come back and actually be a part of that was pretty special to me. And that we actually won. So
Yeah,
that was
great.
good.
So yeah, so you had that separated elbow.
Hmm.
And nobody, we were up in the booth, doing the announce stuff, and we couldn't quite tell. We just saw you kind of heading out, and look, we're thinking, okay, maybe it's a separated shoulder, the way you were kind of
Yeah.
in, but you were on pretty much a beeline to get down there to the vehicle
Yeah.
and ambulance, and they couldn't get it back in place there. So then they take you up to the hospital, and the poor ER doctor on duty wasn't quite big enough
Nope.
to get that arm bent in there to put it back in.
No.
And yeah, that was kind of a crazy story, but all good. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It ended up being just fine. So
and he came back and braced it up and
Yep.
went through. And as a defensive end, it's always one of those things you're kind of concerned about that stretching of it, but you
Yeah.
got the kind of mobility brace on there and
Mhm.
take care of it. That's kind of cool. What's your favorite school memory outside of football?
School memory. I don't know. There's all those great classes. The classes that you have with all like when you have like 5 or 6 friends in it. Those are always just the greatest. And like I don't know, that's got to be it. Just some class that I had with 5 or 6 friends in it that you can just mess around the whole time. That's got to be one of my favorite.
Well, and I think, I mean, but how cool was the tape Easton?
Oh, that one's cool.
And
Yeah.
you didn't get to see this because we didn't have as part of the first thing, but I'll share it out there. It was part of an art project,
Yep.
and all your buddies taped you up
Yeah.
with clear like packing tape,
Yeah.
and you're doing like kind of the Jordan type, holding the ball up in the air, and all
Yeah.
got taped on there. And I know they're pretty concerned that maybe some of the tape, that I guess they saran wrap you and everything too beforehand.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, yeah.
So
My
you don't
face.
so
Yeah.
you don't get that. And they're a little concerned that maybe they might pull some hair, and nobody wanted to be the one to pull it all off of you because they don't be the first one to you get hold of. So I'm just telling you right now, there's a lot of fear in the eyes of
Yeah.
those kids. So that's a okay, good general moment. I thought maybe you might go back to one of these moments from your moments in school, and I don't know if you remember that. That was in the gymnasium,
When I hit
probably
the-
5th grade,
Yep.
and the game-winning shot
Yep.
with like 2 seconds left or something like that, and you hit that. Look at that smile on your face. Benton Corey's
Benton in
going
the
up there. I
background.
think that's Ethan
Yeah.
up there. Benton celebrating still, and you got that huge smile on your face after getting that big winning shot. Remember
Yeah.
that one?
I do remember that.
Everybody does. That was
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
That was awesome.
That was cool, man. And you did the whole Steph Curry, kind of the short arm
Yeah.
thing like that too.
Rolled
And then
around the
rolled
rim.
off. Oh,
Yeah.
man, that was impressive. That was fun. Oh, the memories. Oh, the memories. You didn't expect me to go down that lane.
No,
did
I
you?
didn't.
All right. So your mom and dad were both college athletes,
Mhm.
right? Mom was a soccer player. She's like in the Hall of Fame for Parkview.
I don't know what she is. She's I think a 3-time All-Stater
Yeah.
in
yeah.
Parkview. Yeah.
I think so. She was at Parkview. She's like an all-time, all-state. I mean, a Hall of Fame. I think they're in the high school. And then your dad went to Kickapoo, the poo down there, and he was like a baseball, football guy, right? And went baseball in college.
Mhm.
And so, which one? Who'd you get your ability from, mom or dad?
I'd say more my mom. I'd say. I don't know what I would have gotten from my dad. That I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I really don't know.
All right. Okay, hey, that's good. So, is your who's more intense, your mom or your dad,
My mom.
or Caden?
Oh,
Who are you more afraid of, your mom, your dad, or Caden? It's okay. You can just be honest.
I mean,
You can-
depending on the
it's just me
night,
and you here.
depending on the night, it could be Caden
Okay. Okay.
or probably my mom. I'd say
Okay, yeah.
most of the time.
I'd probably, yeah, those clothes I'd probably look at as well. All right. So before we wrap up with some rapid fire questions, I want to go back and kind of give a shout out to our sponsors,
Okay.
Phelps County Bank, title sponsor, appreciate them. Home Sweet Mo Properties. We got Jared and Danielle over there. Again, we know the Jordans well, kids your age and everything. They're our sponsor for the Spotlight Edition. Got Taylor Chrysler over there. Jeremy Shelton, man, does a great job. He does our coach talk sponsorship. Appreciate them. Kobe Wands Skills Academy. You're familiar with though. Kobe Wands, 2-time All-State Bulldog, putting this facility out there. And then how about Jackie Mrazowitz in full bloom, man? Kind of
Yep.
cool. So your buddy Jack, you play football with, he's going to be signing next week. Carter Reeves the week after that. There's been a bunch of you kind of signing. So appreciate everything she does in full bloom on that. Got to give a shout out again to Price Chopper. They sponsor the Big Dog of the Week, which you're the Big Dog of the Week kind of multiple times. Appreciate that. Over there, Brian Clark and all of his group in there. And the season ticket on 104.9, JP Maxwell, he's done some of the games with us. Appreciate him. We always talk about the Bulldog Sports on there. Tuesdays, 5 to 6. All right, so best fantasy football player in your fantasy football league you're in.
Like the best manager or like who had the best team?
Who's the best manager? Who's the best player?
I think I am.
Okay, that's I figured you'd say that. So who's the worst?
Paxton.
Yeah. Who upsets the most people, like with their draft picks or how they play? Who do you get the most upset about how they play during the year?
Say Hayden Faulkner.
Okay. NFL or NBA?
NFL.
Okay. College or pro sports?
I gotta go pro just because NFL, but college basketball can be a close second. March Madness can be a close second.
Big. Favorite fast food restaurant?
I think Cane's. I think or Chick-fil-A. Did one of those two.
Okay. Favorite vacation spot?
Probably Colorado.
Okay.
Mountains.
Like skiing?
Yeah, love skiing. Yeah.
So what's your favorite meal then? So we're not talking about fast food, just your favorite meal. Somebody's cooking you a meal, or you're gonna
Definitely some wings, some good wings.
good wings.
Some good boneless barbecue wings.
Okay, so those aren't really wings; those are like meat chunks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bone in's good too.
Okay, I got your meat chunks. So what you got music? You listen to music on pregame, postgame, or
No,
anything like
I'm
that?
not really a big music guy. Really not. Really never have been.
Do you have pregame routines before football? You do on game day?
Football, I'd always eat a Jimmy John's turkey tom
Turkey Tom.
before every game.
I like the Turkey Tom.
Yeah.
Not just because it's named after me, but
Yeah.
I like that. So how excited are you about the nickname Murph carrying over and going to college with
Oh,
you? Do you think it'll happen?
I don't know, because I'm not gonna be the one to tell everybody that.
You understand you have friends, right?
Yeah.
They'll probably be there, and I'm sure on social
Yeah,
media.
that's what I'm.
follow-
I know, but it probably will happen, and I'm sure it'll be just a repeat of.
Yep. That's
Here.
okay, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't care.
So I'm gonna give you a chance to defend your honor. So those of you on Inside the Huddle with the Bulldogs senior boy basketball players, you were accused of being like the worst person to have to bunk with on trips because you're a blanket thief.
Yeah, I probably am.
Okay, so you're not gonna try and defend
No,
that and go after
I
anybody?
guarantee you, I'm terrible to sleep with.
Just want to make sure. Yeah, all right. So that's something to consider. So now I also heard. So you're pretty strong lifting weights.
Mhm.
I mean, you do pretty good, or is it just for looks?
I think I do pretty good.
Okay. So now I don't want to say who told me this, but what I heard is that you had to stop spotting one of the lifters because you couldn't help spot them because of the way how much they lifted,
What? Oh,
and that you weren't strong enough to do this.
who told you that?
Well, Ethan, it was Ethan lifted.
Oh,
and he
okay.
said you couldn't hold the bar for him because you weren't strong enough.
I don't know if that happened.
I guarantee it didn't happen.
That's funny.
He doesn't know I said that. I just made that up.
Oh, that's good.
All right. So, if you had to give advice to 8-year-old Easton
Ooh.
that's doing our flag football, we're not playing football yet, and to give you advice, go back in time, what would you tell 8-year-old Easton about what he should be looking for, what he should be doing to get to the spots he needs to be?
I'd say the main thing talking to my like old self is probably just have the confidence in yourself and have the confidence in knowing that you're capable of doing things that you don't think you're capable of doing, and don't like put things off until the last second and then do it and then think you're not gonna like it and then love it, but just do it like instead of putting it off, do it now, and you'll love what comes out of it later. All the work you put in.
That's good. That's good. And I think that's great. That's a fitting one too from again from our
Yeah,
experiences and everything together. Starting with kindergarten, I think you started playing basketball
yeah.
for us and everything. So that's really cool. Any shout outs you want to give anybody?
I'll give a shout out to my whole family,
Yeah.
every single person that was here, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Nah, that's it.
That's it, man. Hey, man, a lot of fun, man. Easton, been a pleasure. And this is always, if this is a special year, obviously, because coach so many of you boys kind of coming up through the
Right.
programs and stuff. So it means a lot to be able to share these moments with you, and so proud of what you've accomplished and what you've been able to do.
Thank you.
Man, I wish you nothing but the best at Truman State. And the
Thank
cool
you.
thing, they're in the GLVC,
Yep.
so Jax will be Missouri
Yep.
S&T, so that'll be kind of fun. You'll be able to come to Rolla, and we'll be able to see you there as well. So, Easton, wish you nothing but the best, bud.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. So from inside the huddle to the heart of the game, for Easton Smith, I'm Tom Brown, and we'll see you next time